Greetings Internet, DDA here, and we are closing out our Set 4 first look videos with Hera Syndulla. This deck got so many excellent cards in the new Set 4 Jump to Lightspeed. To talk about all the Set 4 cards, I could take a whole day to do that, but we are going to condense it down into this small first look video to hit the highlights of what we are going to be doing with Hera moving into Set 4. The first thing I want to talk about is the powerful Hera Syndulla unit that is coming out. That is a new turn 1 play for us. She is a rebel. She is a pilot. She is a Queel-like personality, a Queel-like unit that is going to restore and give all of your pilots and vehicles restore as well. Of course, the best combo with the new Hera Syndulla unit is with the new Ghost unit. You can't talk about her without talking about the new Ghost unit. I am maxing out on the Ghost unit because it is a 5-drop card with amazing stats, like 5/6 for 5 in space is so strong. You know, use ECL with it and come down like a force, a monster come in. 5/6 in space is excellent for 5. But just very strong stats, and then pilot it so that way you give all of your Spectres Restore and Sentinel. This deck is going to have a strong number of Sentinels with the pilot on the Ghost, the new Ghost. You know, throw the new R2 unit on the Ghost to give everything Sentinel as well, which is why we play that new R2 at 2 as well. Very, very strong. We are, of course, maxing out on the Phoenix Squadron A-Wings as well as a monster powerhouse early game unit play. Now keep in mind, this deck is a mid-range deck. We are going to push in hard with Hera. You know, Hera gives experience to your units, so you are going to want to go aggressive with your units. This is a very light event deck. There's only, I think, 10 events in this deck, including 3 Spark of Rebellions. Of course, being a Spectre card, we can play this out of Aspect. And why wouldn't we play it out of Aspect when it's giving us that hand control that mono green doesn't have? Absolutely, play it at 3. Literally every single card, every single unit in this deck is a rebel unit. This deck is full rebel. That shows and highlights the power of Rebel Assault in here. Rebel Assault is going to be amazing with Sabines Masterpiece. It's amazing with Sabine Leader. There are so many crazy things you can do with Rebel Assault, and we played it too for that reason. We are, of course, also running the new powerful Blue Leader card that allows us to ambush units without using ECL. There is an argument to be made that you could run the mono-aspected base for 34 HP. Depending on the meta, you might want to do that. If this is a very, very, very aggro-centric meta, it is possible for us to want to do that. Lose out the ambush, like the ambush Kanan, the ambush Ghost, and things like that. I do love the combo with ECL, though, and it is worthy to note that ECL adds ambush for the remainder of the phase to the unit. So if you ECL the Ghost, you can actually ambush Hera Leader on deploy on 6. So keep that in mind. There is a world where you ambush the Ghost and then deploy Hera, and then maybe, I don't know, play a chopper for 1 and ambush it. It's not something. But all of your Spectres will gain ambush if you either timely or ECL the Ghost, which is just crazy. Keep that in mind. So we're only running Sabines Masterpiece at 2, which may seem like a crime. Sabine decks out there, I know, I've seen online, they've been maxing out 3 Sabines Masterpiece. I understand that you need the proper board state for this card to be good. It really needs ambush. It really needs other colors on the board depending on what you have. So that's why I'm only running it at 2. You're not always going to want to blow an early ECL on Sabine's Masterpiece. It really depends on the board state. So I'm running it at 2 right now, but really strong. I wanted to keep 2 Wing Leaders in here for combos like put it on Hera Leader, put it on the Blue Leader, and just run in for 7 damage. Get it with Home 1 and make Home 1 a 9/9. There are a lot of great things that you can do with Wing Leader in here. I wanted to keep the Wing Leaders. As well as the Phantom 2 is... Originally, when I built this list, I didn't have Phantom 2 in here. because it's a heavy investment. It's a really big investment. As well as it's only it's falling into the same problem that Sabines Masterpiece does, that it's only a 3/3 space unit for 3. And there are so many 3/4 space units for 3. There are so many 3/4 space units for 3 that it's going to be so easy for the opponent to just answer this unit free of charge before you can activate its ability to attach to the ghost. Just got to keep that in mind. So I recognize the power of giving all of your Spectres grit could be really strong. So I have it at 1 right now, but keep that in mind that I'm on the fence about it because I'm not sure. It may be too easy for the opponent to answer it on play. Bright Hope is at 1 because I'm expecting the Ghost to be our main Sentinel in space. You know, it's 1 more cost, but it's giving everything Sentinel, not just the Ghost. But I can see in certain metas, for example, we could trade 1 Kanan for a second copy of Bright Hope. The main power of Kanan is, of course, using it with ECL and getting that ambush on the ground, taking out a unit, getting some restore. If people aren't playing in the ground as much, maybe the second Bright Hope goes back in here. I am also still running my 1 Dodonna. I was running 1 Dodonna last set. I feel like Dodonna, being a full Rebel deck, 1 Dodonna just seems too good for me. You know, make Sabines Masterpiece a 4/4, so that way they can't take it out, and you can actually swing with it, even if you can't give it ambush. You know, make Ghost big. It's just, there's so many. Dodonna is just such a crazy strong card. I like it at 1 for those home 1 combos. You can also see that we're not running U-Wing, and that is by design. I don't think U-Wing has a place in here. You know, there aren't many good U-Wing targets. Like, our good U-Wing targets kind of end at Blue Leader and Fleet Lieutenant. Those are pretty good U-Wing targets, especially Blue Leader, because if you have extra resource, you can pay it further and then make it go into the ground arena. So there's that. Consider that, but I'm not seeing the power of U-Wing in here. I would much prefer the home 1. Much prefer the home 1 combos. It's much stronger, the home 1 combos in here. Plus, it does have the added combo with home 1 that, you know, there's this kind of doubling down effect with the Ghost. Because home 1 is giving the Ghost restore. Home 1 is giving everything else restore, but it's also the Ghost would then give restore to everything else as well, so it's kind of doubling down for you. You get restore 2 with home 1 on all of your Spectres. So keep that in mind. There's definitely some synergy there with home 1 and the Ghost, some added synergy. So this is my starting point for the deck. I see some people only running 2 command in their build. Don't do that. You know, Hera needs that early deploy. She needs to get out as fast as possible. So if you can say command turn 4, give something experience or do a unit kill, and then put it into play as a resource, get your Hera out, then next turn you can the Ghost. You can ECL the Ghost, give Hera a double shield, things like that. Like, there are some crazy combos you can do with command. I think it's too good. Deserves the 3 spots. Plus, you know, in the grindier matchups, command return unit is actually really strong. I think it's very underrated, especially in this deck. You know, return the Ghost, return home 1. Just that added power that you can get in that grindy matchup with command is worth the 3 spots for me. Helps you in every matchup. So that's it. That is my first look at Hera in set 4, Jump to Lightspeed. She got so many powerful tools. I know people are going to say in the comments, you know, how are you only running 2 Masterpiece? I just think you really need the right board state for it. I think it's a great card. I think you need the right board state for it. So why it's sitting at 2 for me for now. Try it out, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it needs to be at 3. And maybe we need to adjust these ratios across the board. Maybe we need 3 Bright Hopes because everyone's going to be in space. Things can be adjusted over time. So this is my first starting point. We'll see where it lands in the rest of set 4. But if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please hit subscribe. We are going to be coming out with so many deck update videos. And if you like these new set 4 Jump to Lightspeed builds, hit that subscribe button and stay with us because we are going to be coming out with so many deck profile videos.